Hello, everybody. Can we figure this one out? You see, this number is not like any other number. This is a very special number because it's the only number that can do this. No other number can do this. So this is the only number that can give you life with two ends, the head and the tail. What do they call the animal? The bee. As they say, the stingers are on both ends. It pokes and it peeks inside of whatever. What does a bee do? It's the second letter in the alphabet. So when I held up 2 plus 2, it equals 4. When I held up on this angle, 2 plus 2, or 2 times 2, it also equals 4. There is no other one that equals 4. I watched the Ninth Gate last night. And there were so many things in it that were very, I want to say, queersome. The reason I say queersome is because they put the letters A and T together, and then LCF. One is Lucifer, the other one is the angle of transmission, right? But it can also be AT, which is the two worlds of 80. Where? In the two worlds of 80. In the Ninth Gate, the AT and the LCF means the two worlds of 80, 40 and 40. The world of the 8 directions, 80, 8 tens. The octagon world. Did anybody see the Ninth Gate? Now I'm going to try and take you on to, just don't yodel. 2 times 2 is the only number that does that. 44 is Barack Obama. Do you want to hear something else about 44? Has anybody ever multiplied 44? Have you ever tried to multiply it? Watch this out. I should show you on the screen how it's working out. 44 times 44 equals 1936. So that would be the before and after. This is the year the Christ or Antichrist comes in. Okay, it also says the one spirit, okay, the beginning of this group is the 19 to 36 group, where it starts at the letter S and it finishes all the way at the number 9. 9 by 4 is 36. 1 and 9, 3 and 6. 3 and 6 is 9, 1 by 9 is 9. 3 by 6 is 18, 1 and 8 is 9. S and T, R, S and T, okay. Anyways, whatever it is, these are two numbers. This is the man walking on the moon with the creation of our creation. Okay, this is a false moon that we have. So this is what we get by that. Now if we go, now we're going to go 40 times 44 equals, okay, 40 plus, okay, Monopoly, the game is start on 1 and then go 44, because that means you went all the way around and you went to Reading Railroad. 1.25. Starting on 1, minimum is 2, ending up on 5. 41. I know it's a hard understanding. This is spelling Barack Obama, because 41 times 44 equals 1804. Now, why isn't that not working? 40 times 44 equals 1760. I need another 16 more. Why am I off by 16? Wow. No, there's something, I did something wrong. I know it works. I've done this before. But the other thing is that 41 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals also to the same number of the Mayan, 25,625. Here I'm only missing 17 years. So it's actually, if you really want to count it, it's 1760 plus 17 is 1776 if you really want to do it that way. But I don't want to do it that way. And the minute I said I don't want to do it that way, it said 4:44 on my clock at the same time. In the alphabet, the 7286 comes up on the last 3 numbers, letters, which are Z, Y, Z, Y, no, Z, Y. Boy, am I making all kinds of errors here. I was coming in. Let me jump off this subject, all right? It's time to be friends with Lucifer. Because every time you want to try a little harder, it's Lucifer that really wants to try a little harder. It's the not letting it go and continuing on. You see, they didn't tell us of a good God, a bad God, a good son, and a bad son. How come we're always talking about one Lucifer, one good son, one bad son? How do we know he didn't have a daughter? I look at this as like maybe he had 3 daughters and no sons, and he struck out. And then can he strike out in a natural birth? He made everything else. So maybe he made it enough to mix us all up and we're not sure of anything anymore. But Lucifer, for me, I mean, it says in the 9th gate, it says LCF. I didn't finish designing it. Okay. It said AT, which can mean for cat, angel transmission. Lucifer AT. And I don't understand why I changed my book. In which one of the things about A is that as it has a value of 62 or and 66 for a total of 128. And this comes off the French wheel, and I'll show you why. In the numbers of life, this one would be the first position, and it coming off the French wheel, okay? This one over here on the wheel that turns gives it a number of 66, but coming off of the scorecard, all in a row, 1 to 36, it gives it a value of 62. The total is 1 spirit of TH heaven, 8TH. 1 angel heaven, 8TH. So the 8T could have been the angle of transmission or the angel heaven. Because the AH, don't forget A and D, A and T, okay, they're different. Say A and D together, but say it as 2 letters touching, it would be 80. AD or AT, whichever one you want. It's a way of playing with words. We didn't come in here to find a simple world. We came in here to find a world that's so exciting. Even I know some rich people and they're still excited with the world. And I know some poor people and they're excited with the world. So, I mean, we can live in this world, that's for sure. I mean, for me, the false prophet, the false prophet is every time you make an investment, that's your false prophet. You understand what I'm saying? It's your false prophet because you're always investing when we shouldn't be investing. Everybody knows when there's a gain, there's one up and one down. You have to take it from somewhere, so something has to go down. Money makes it exciting. Which way will we go? But it's not always money. Then we learn where the heart is really at when you have to make your choice, the only choice. Is Satan good? I'm not sure. If you have to have a monkey on your back, what would you say? That's what I'm starting to think. I think there's a monkey on our back somehow. I'm not sure how, but somehow that hippity-hop to the barbershop to fetch a bag of candy, one for me, one for you, I guess one for Jack a Dandy. You want sugar. I spy with my little eye something that is what is my spy with my little eye. Do you understand what I'm saying? If Jack is no good and we're all Jacks, it means we always have a lunch pack on our back. Something hung up that we're always tied into this world somehow. Very hard to block it out. Jack is on our back, meaning the devil shows us everything. Either you see what he shows or you don't see. But you have to be awoken into the world. If you're not here and you're really not looking for anything more than what the heart desires, then that tense eagerness to advance will never get to you. You can sit in traffic all day. Just like in Raymond or Rain Man. He can just, in his own world. Just like the way I get sometimes. I wish I was like that. But I guess I don't. When nothing has any meaning, Sometimes it does. So where were we with this? Medication, doctors, do they ever really talk to you? A doctor talks. If a doctor doesn't have time to talk to you, can't be a doctor. My doctor talks to me. He offers me things I don't want to accept, and then he forces it on me because he has no time to hang around and talk to me again. But I bet you if I had the same doctor, the new doctor, 200 years ago or 300 years ago, the doctor will say, well, let's talk about it. But now everything is spread out by money and insurance. Things that have to disappear. Nobody can live like trillionaires. It's not that hard to give out the money. How hard is it to start our own bank? Listen, you get 20 friends together. One grows the pig, one grows the cow, one grows the chicken, one grows the vegetable. They all show up at the same farm. They all live. Where do we need the rest? Wasn't it good that we're able to have houses thousands and thousands of years with a septic tank in the backyard? Never bothered anybody. Now they bring it to one area, all our bullshit. You think they bring it to one area, they don't want you to have the septic tank? No, it's all designed that way. They check what's in it. They want to know what you're putting in and what you're spitting out. That's why every time you make a transaction, they know what percentage came from your house because you have the Metro card. You have the Provigo card. You have the supermarket's card. You got plastic, man. Once that plastic passes by the cash register, whatever's in your purse, my friends, okay, whatever is in your purse, when you pass by any one of those electric scanners, they pick up your numbers and everything else. It's not their fault. They read everything. They just don't detail what's not needed to detail. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sorry, we can't read your card properly, ma'am. It read your card. It just didn't read it properly. Do you understand? Lucifer, A and T, Latin. Oh, Lucifer is definitely something Latin. I'd like to know where we came out of. You know that? I mean, if you really want to add up Saturn, it says 121.4. That's insane. Because this world is 364.3. Have you ever seen what it says to say Abba? A, the first letter. H is the 8th letter, but this is also a B and a B. Especially if it was like this, Abba. 1881. You know what 1881 is? If I remember correctly, it's, I'm going to look on the calculator, see if I can make one of those other errors they call it. I think it's 19 times 99. 19 times 99 equals 1881. 19 times 99 equals 1881, which represents Jupiter. Man on the moon is the monkey on his back communication. That's why the cow jumped over the moon. It had the true story, the whole story, and the lie within the story of your own mind that goes up and down, because every time you say something, whether it's true or false, once it's thought or left your breath onto an action, it's restored in your star, and your star knows it forever. It has to correct you. It's your own correctional center. It's within your own mind and your star. Here's where you can make the corrections. You're let out in the open, but how you think before your action and how you act upon your thought is all of what's going to happen to you, my friends. It never goes away for life. This is the way life is set up. 1881 is Reish. It's 9 by 9. It's all the worlds of 10 that you are in, each part of that world. Anytime you go over the world, the only reason you go over the 12, the 9, and then 10, and the 11, and 12, is because you can't go over 13, you're on your own, but up to 13, it's your father who's the man of the house, but at 13, now you can be man at the house, you're on your own, now you can be the 9/11 because the 11 is you bringing the bringer of the child, and you have left 9 to go to be 11, to B, 11 and 13 is 24. Because 2 dice are 12, okay? You can get a 9 on 2 dice, but when you have a child, you can get an extra 2 dice, gives you 9 and 9. 1881 is 18 and 18 is 36. 88 is what we talked about before. Number 13 is what everything is all about. Just add up 13, 31, 13, 31, 13, 31, or add up 31, 13, 31, 13, and stop each one, write them down. Tell me what you come up with and ask me what you're supposed to find. You'll see. You find 3 very interesting items, or 4. But right now, it has to be in your own interest. Satan, is he good? Is he bad? He got you here, didn't he? But that 9th gate, it's a story, ATLCF, ATLCF. It could be a tendon, an ATL of some kind of tendon, some kind of football tendon. And the reason I say this is it could be anything. It could be a fruit. You have to know the fruit. And then if he says something about an injury and if he says black, it could mean white. Anyways, there's so many things. Here's your club. Here's your sign of the cross inside your club. More or less, could be an X, could be a plus. Anyways, let's see what else I have. Six, 2, 2, 6, 3, 3, 2, 2, 6, 6, 2, 6, 2. Remember I said L, see this? I can't believe I have it here. L, 7, or a T, or a TA, L, F. I was just telling you, if you want, we can go to C down here. I was just showing you the 9th gate, and out of it I get the word ALF. Can't explain it. I don't remember why I wrote it. Oh, it was also for 7 up. That was the reason. That's where the C gets finished, because the P in the center. Don't forget, 1776 is saying like QM, or it's saying 1776, wow, PP. Because before you get to the last 17, when you add up 2 numbers and they pass a number, instead of it saying 16, the P, because P is 16, you would add the last number and make it 17. You're adding 1,000, so you're making it 17. So I'm trying to remember this. So 1776 would be 16 is 1 and 6 is 7, and 60, okay, which is 1.5 times 40, which is the number 4. Oh my God, I can't start doing all this. There's too much once I start to explain it. Number 4 ends up to be 60 at the end, just from a gematria count. And 4 in blackjack, once you get a 21, you have gotten paid off at 1.5 times. And 1.5 times the 4 is the 6, and then 1.5 times 1.5 is 225, plus 1.5 plus 1.5 is 525, plus the 60 degrees makes 365.25, plus the 300, because of the rest of the story of the world, makes the 300 parts of the 60 degrees of the 5.25 of who we are in the mind of number 19, man went over the moon. That's who we are, and that's why we have so many days in a year. Okay, it has nothing else more to do with, because what they're telling you is a high cock and bull story. I don't believe anybody, and I'm not crazy. Do you know why? Because this is a story. You just shut the book, you throw it in the fireplace, it never existed. But if no one writes it, you have no book to buy, to throw into the fireplace, to read, to say this is bullshit. So I'm giving you the chance now to say this is all bullshit. I'll just throw it away because I don't want to hear the rest of the story. But lucky enough with me, you can throw it away by shutting it off and come back and say, I want to read it tomorrow. And it's still in front of you. And it's free. So you may not want to waste your time because you might make a mistake coming back to the Mr. Tech Pants channel. I don't offer very much except for a little coconut. You know my coconut man? Which way do you want him? He's here. He's standing next to one angle, standing next to the other angle, and the icicles and fire are at the top. He's got to think. He's got to think. Oh my God. Now he's being hung up. He's being hung up by the red sun, and he is now a Marie Antoinette. Marie Antoinette? Do you know what Marie Antoinette is? Marie Antoinette, in my world, is a puppet master. Because that's what it means. Marionnette in French is a puppet master like Geppetto. Now he's held by his hands and his feet. He's got 20 on the left eye. He's got 20 on the right eye. But all in between he's actually 21. So that's not good enough. So now he runs from the heat to the fire of the demons. Unless he turns a little sideways. And he starts thinking with one eye on this side and one eye on this side. He can only look for him here, but there's only one on one side. For those who haven't seen this yet, it's 21:21. I'm just going to hold this up. 1776. On the other side, 2014. 1/21/35/66/75. 34/51/57/75. 2014 1776. Coming off the dice cubes, which is the same times, same scoreboard. I show you it real quick. No matter what you look at, we'll always say 5, unless you're looking at the 6 or the 1. 6 and 1 will say 6 or 7 or 1. Why? Because when you reflect them on each other, they show up in a place where there's nothing. Every other one does. So if you use the 7 rotation, the completion, you must also use the 5 one way and the 5 the other way. Makes 5, 7, 7, 5. If you take it the other way, okay, you can add up 4 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4 5s is 20, 26, and the 1. And 21 and the 6 is 2014. That's when they all end. Raphael, 7286, and the constellation of Pegasus. I'm quite sure there's a whole lot more out there from the presidents from 500 years ago, thousands of years ago. There's always a story on my channel, and I only tell you as I see fit for what my mind can conceive as a story, B, a story, and possibilities of truth within. Thank you for watching, when most are usually shutting down this video at about 3 minutes. So I'm still in that clause if people want to know. Up to this point of the 1650th video of Mr. Tackman's, they're still watching me for only 3 minutes. But that's okay. Now we can all look back one time and say, wow, now they're watching 2,000, 3,000 a day. Or they'll say, still at the 3 minutes. Guess not bother. Thank you.